Hello, I'm Sung-Hoon Kim, the corresponding author of this research article. This CBCT study from Kyung University, Department of Orthodontics team was about three-dimensional change of mandibular molars using a biocreative reverse curve system, so-called BRC system. A BRC system has been introduced in several articles. To explain it simply, a reverse curve night-eye arch wire is engaged into the posterior fixed appliances, while the wire is lifted at the anterior brass wire connected to the C-tube mini plate on the symphysial area. The molars are simply unrighted with this system without any reaction of the anterior teeth. And this is a kind of modified multi-loop edgewise arch wire without intermaxillary elastics. In the previous study, cephalometric changes of mandibular molars after applicating the BRC system were evaluated. Even though we found distal unright of molars and vertical change of each tooth, three-dimensional change of the teeth could not be evaluated with this cephalometric study. Therefore, we conducted this study to analyze the treatment effects by evaluating the three-dimensional positional change of mandibular teeth after applying the BRC system. Total 34 patients were selected for this study. They were all treated using the BRC system, and the CBCT was taken before and after the BRC treatment. One measurer designated 2 points for each posterior teeth from the first premolar to the second molar, and the movement was analyzed three-dimensionally. This is the coordinate system used in this study. Menton was set as the origin, and right and left gonion and mental foramen were used to set the coordinate system. These points were regarded as the points that do not change before and after treatment. CBCT images were reoriented with these reference points using on 3D software. 2 points for each tooth were designated as reference points to draw the axis of mandibular first and second premolars. The buccal cusp tip and the root apex were connected. If there were two roots in the premolar, the buccal root apex was set as the point on the tooth axis. Meanwhile, the major buccal cusp tip and major buccal root apex were connected to draw the axis of the mandibular first and second molars. The images on the right side show the change of tooth axis on each plane. Evaluating by the three-dimensional changes of each tooth axis, angulation and inclination changes can be also calculated. Angulation gradually increased from the first premolar to the second molar, which means they were all distally unrighted. Inclination also gradually increased from the first premolar to the second molar, which means that they were buccally unrighted except for first premolar. It was assumed to the effect of lingual arch bonded on the lingual surfaces of the mandibular first premolar. Here are the results. After the BRC treatments, the second result, all the crown and apex points moved in X, Y, and Z axis directions, showing the directional tendency for each tooth. Looking at the change in G-axis, only the second molar was intruded, and the rest teeth were rather extruded. Through this 3D evaluation of BRC system, the twisting technique can be applied in the BRC system to reduce unnecessary extrusion of the premolars and molars, especially in the hyperdivergent pattern patient. In this novel modification of the BRC system, the main difference is the change in the angle of insertion of the reverse curved night tie wires in the brass wire connector. This adjustment increased the intrusion force on the molars, thereby increasing the amount of writing. Yes, these are the conclusions of this article. With the application of the BRC system, the angulation and inclination of premolars and molars increased gradually. Unlike the previous study, the first molar was also extruded, while the second molar was intruded. Hopefully you all enjoy to read this research and use it to your daily practice. Thank you so much.